I'm mainly sharing this because of the conversation that some of us had right before we started meeting about our hair. And this is called Bad Hair Day. I was preparing a very important presentation for the board of directors for the company where I work. In thinking about the meeting, at one point, I shot straight up in my chair and exclaimed in a panic, "Oh God, what if I have a bad hair day?" Not, mind you, God, I hope my PowerPoint presentation graphs and charts are compelling. Not, God, I hope I'm able to answer questions intelligently and articulately. Not, God, I hope they are receptive to exploring new directions. Nope. The number one fear after the fear of public speaking was the fear of a bad hair day. I have often wondered why those hairs sprouting out of the top of our heads are so important, so incredibly important in our society. And this was a few years, this is probably way more now. A Google search reveals that Americans spend about $38 billion a year on hair care products. That's just products. That's not counting haircuts, coloring, braiding, ironing, foiling, feathering, or perming, or the time spent engaging in those activities. Am I crazy or is this insane? It's hair. Some of us are born with hair that's easily manageable, others not. We get the frizzies in wet weather. We go completely flat and staticky when it's dry. Gray hairs come in coarse. We are cursed. There's no way to win. If your hair is straight, curly is in. If your hair is curly, straight is in. It's no wonder when we're frustrated, we use the phrase, pulling our hair out. Really imagine those precious hairs ripped out, horrifying. Perhaps my objection to hair being so ridiculously important explains why I really don't like going to the hairdresser. True, I don't have to get weighed, and nobody tells me I need to floss more, but I'd almost rather go to my dentist or in for my annual physical than go to the hairdresser. Being in the dentist chair is similar to being in the hairdresser's chair, but with one huge difference. That chatty hygienist doesn't really expect you to engage in a conversation because you can't, even if you wanted to. Not so the hairdresser. She expects you to carry your part of the conversation. She asks questions. She pauses when she talks, giving you the opportunity to comment. She pounces on any information you give her and tries to probe more deeply. The bottom line is that at a hairdresser's, I feel like the proverbial fish out of water. I don't wear makeup. I don't get my nails done. I don't wear perfumes or gels or sprays. I don't have children. I don't want to talk. And there's no way I'm ever going to look like my hairdresser despite her valiant attempts. Have you ever noticed that? Any hairdresser you go to wants you to your hair to look like hers when you leave. If she wears it puffed up and swept back, you will be puffed and swept. If she has bangs, you have bangs. If she wears it forward, covering much of her face, forward it shall be. I keep telling my hairdresser that I'm just going to throw on a baseball cap and go for a run afterwards. So please don't bother with the gelling and the puffing and the spraying. But she does it anyway. She really can't help herself. So back to the board of directors meeting. I may have a bad hair day. It's sort of a 50-50 proposition, but I'll try to focus what's in my head, not what's sprouting out of the top of it. With any luck, that will be the board's focus as well.